Are you planning to perform Hajj this year? If so, you're going to find this video really useful. Hello everyone, this is Sajjad and you're watching The Lighthouse. And in today's video, we are going to talk about the main steps that are involved in performing the Hajj rituals. So stay tuned. Now each year, millions of Muslims from all across the world perform Hajj, the sacred pilgrimage and the fifth pillar of Islam. Hajj takes place in Mecca in present-day Saudi Arabia during the sacred months of Dhul-Hijjah, the 12th month of Islamic calendar. Now, there are three basic conditions to perform Hajj. One, it's only for Muslims. Second, it's only if your health allows it. And third, the financial condition. Now, in this video, I'm going to share with you the rituals of Hajj-Tamattu. Now, Hajj-Tamattu is the type of the Hajj that involves performing Umrah during the months of Hajj, which basically means that all the pilgrims before the 8th of Dhul-Hijjah perform Umrah. So the steps of Umrah you can see in my previous video here. Now, Hajj rituals are performed during the 5 days of Dhul-Hijjah, starting from 8th of Dhul-Hijjah and ending on 12th of Dhul-Hijjah. Now, there are 13 rituals in total that one must perform during these 5 days. Now, we are going to talk about all these rituals based on daily activities, which means the rituals that one must perform during each day of Hajj, starting from 8th of Dhul-Hijjah till 12th of Dhul-Hijjah. Let's talk about day 1 activities. Now, Hajj actually starts on 8th of Dhul-Hijjah, which means 8th of Dhul-Hijjah is the first day of the Hajj. You are basically supposed to do two main things on this first day of Dhul-Hijjah. The first thing is to put on ihram, and the second thing is to go to Mina. So once the pilgrim puts on ihram, they are supposed to go to the Mina area, which is in the surrounding of Mecca. Day 2, the 9th of Dhul-Hijjah. This is the most important day of the Hajj. It is also known as Yawm al-Arafah, which means Arafah day. Now, on the morning of 9th of Dhul-Hijjah, all the pilgrims move from Mina to Arafah. So you pray your Fajr prayer at Mina, and then you leave for the plains of Arafah. On the day of Arafah, you will be required to stay in your tent and listen to the sermon of Hajj, which is delivered in Masjid al-Nimra. Now, all of the pilgrims cannot actually get into the mosque, so the sermon is also delivered online, so you can just tune in your radios or watch live. Now, the second important thing that happens on the second day of Hajj, which is the 9th of Dhul-Hijjah, is to leave Arafah for Muzdalifah. Now, the pilgrims are required to leave the plains of Arafah on the 9th of Dhul-Hijjah and go to Muzdalifah. Here, one important thing is that all the pilgrims must pray their Maghrib prayer at Muzdalifah. So even if the sun has set down and you are still in Arafah, you're not supposed to pray Maghrib there, as it is mandatory for all the pilgrims to go to Muzdalifah and pray Maghrib and Isha together combined in Muzdalifah. Now, while at Muzdalifah, you may also collect pebbles to perform rami, which means pelting the jamarat. And over the next 3 days, you would need pebbles to perform this ritual of Hajj, which means pelting the jamarat. The first day, you would only need 7 pebbles, and the second day, you would need 21 pebbles in total, because there are 3 jamarats. So the first day, the pelting is done only to the biggest jamarat. The second day, it's all 3 together. And the third day, again, you would pelt all 3 jamarats. So make sure you collect sufficient number of pebbles, same as the size of, let's say, a seed of a date. And you would need a total of 49 pebbles. Pebbles may fall from your hand, so keep extra just in case. The 4 main rituals that all the pilgrims must perform. The first ritual is pelting the jamarat. The second one is the slaughter or the sacrifice. The third one is shaving your head or trimming your hair. And the final one is performing tawaf and sahi. Now, the first thing, on the 10th of Dhul-Hijjah, while you are in Muzdalifah, you pray Fajr prayer or the morning prayer, and then you will depart Muzdalifah and go back towards Mina. Mina is the place where you would pelt or throw stones at Jamarat, only the biggest one. Now, on the 10th of Dhul-Hijjah, which is also known as Yawm al-Nahar, and it is also Eid al-Adha day for the rest of the Muslims around the world, the pilgrims would perform the first thing, which is pelting the biggest Jamarat or biggest devil there. After pelting the biggest devil, second thing you must do is to perform the sacrifice, which means slaughtering the animal in the haram boundaries. Once you have got the confirmation of your slaughter with your agent, the next thing you need to do is to trim or shave your head. Now, it is sunnah to shave the head for men, and the women would just trim their hair the size equivalent to their fingertips. Now, the fourth action, which is supposed to be done after these three actions, is performing tawaf and sahi. This is known as the tawaf ziyara, and it is mandatory. But it is not mandatory to be done on the 10th of Zil-Hajj. You can perform tawaf or sahi anytime between 10th of Zil-Hajj and the afternoon of 12th of Zil-Hajj, since you'd be leaving on the 12th of Zil-Hajj, so it's better to do it on 10th or on 11th. Now, here, important point is, once you have offered your sacrifice and have shaven your head and trimmed your hair, you can now change your ihram, which means you're free from the obligations of ihram on the 10th of Zil-Hijjah. Now, let's recap the activities of the 10th of Zil-Hijjah day. In the morning, you got up, you offered your Fajr prayer in Muzdalifah, you leave for Mina, you throw or pelt the stone, rami, and then offer sacrifice. And after the sacrifice, you have your head or hair shaved. At this time, you're free and you can change your ihram. You're free from the obligations of ihram. After this, if it's possible, you can go to Mecca and perform tawaf ziyara or tawaf ifada, and also the sahi, which is mandatory. If not, you can do it anytime before the 12th, before the Maghrib of 12th of Zil-Hijjah. Now, after performing this, you need to come back to Mina. The second last day of Hajj, which is the 11th of Zil-Hijjah and fourth day of your Hajj. On this day, there is only one ritual that all the pilgrims must perform, which is pelting or throwing stone at Jamarat. Now, in the morning or afternoon of 11th of Zil-Hijjah, all the pilgrims, they carry 21 pebbles with them and go to Jamarat. Now you will begin with Jamara al-Ula, which means the smaller pillar, then Jamara al-Wusta, which means the middle pillar, and finally Jamara al-Aqaba, which means the big pillar. And now let's talk about the last day of Hajj, which is the 12th of Zil-Hijjah, and it is the fifth day of your Hajj. Now on this day, you have to perform two actions. The first one, pelting or throwing stone, like the 11th of Zil-Hijjah, you will just repeat the same thing. And after throwing stones at pillars, you would move to Kaaba in Mecca and perform tawaf, which is known as tawaf-e-wida, or the farewell tawaf. The farewell tawaf is the last ritual of Hajj that all the pilgrims must perform. It is obligatory and mandatory, so you cannot leave Mecca unless you have a valid reason. No pilgrim is supposed to leave Mecca without performing tawaf al-wida or the farewell tawaf. So you perform tawaf, 7 circuits around Kaaba, drink Zamzam and pray. Sahi is not part of this tawaf ziyara, so it's only going around the Kaaba for 7 times. At this time, your Hajj is complete. Congratulations.